Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is a massive trade and infrastructure investment project taking place both outside and within China's borders. Ding's work may indicate that China's model of performative local governance documented in eastern provinces is also present in Xinjiang, particularly in the Kashgar Innovation Project as part of the domestic BRI. This paper explores whether or not this is happening. In her writings, Ding describes two factors that she decided have an overwhelming influence on the government's behavior, those being scrutiny, which she defines as the extent to which the state or a single bureaucracy is placed under critical examination for its performance, end quote, and capacity, which she defines as the state's logistical ability and political authority to perform its various functions, end quote. When both scrutiny and capacity are high, the state tends to act substantively, addressing problems with material solutions. High scrutiny but low capacity produces performative governance. Low scrutiny and low capacity lead to inert governance, characterized by bureaucratic stagnation. Finally, low scrutiny paired with high capacity results in paternalistic governance, where the state intervenes decisively and acts on what it assumes is best for the population. Kashgar's location within the borders of the PRC, as well as the stringent anti-terrorist and infrastructure rebuilding measures of the BRI taken in the last 10 years, suggest high Chinese state capacity in the region. However, stringent censorship and an intentional obscuring of the religious, social, and economic persecution of Uyghur minority group that come with these changes suggest lower scrutiny displayed against the state. In Xinjiang, the BRI is centered around urban modernization of various cities and their transformation as transport hubs, as well as trade, logistics, financial, and cultural centers. This domestic project stands in alignment with Xi's China Dream, a revival of state doctrine prioritizing China's mythologist history and placing strong emphasis on regaining control and power within its borders. Renovation projects in the city include the construction of new, old towns in locations that lacked modern infrastructure. Residents who lived in these areas are forcibly removed to live in the city's suburbs with insufficient compensation to buy adequate housing. An increased formalization of society has manifested itself with mandatory flag raising ceremony attendance, increased police presence, and other types of strict monitoring. Not everyone who has benefited from the BRI renovations in Xinjiang. Poor Uyghurs and poor Han living in cities like Urumqi and Kashgar experience displacement as the city centers are rebuilt as tourist hotspots. Construction and steel government-owned enterprises based in eastern cities exclusively lead renovation efforts to the detriment of local companies. Uyghur lifestyles are also disrupted by religious restrictions and commodifying sanitation of their culture to appeal to mass tourism. Large police presence that resulted from terrorist attacks in the early 2000s have also left Uyghurs completely unable to protest against renovation detriments to a significant degree. Local people rely on the idea of coping against a force that they have no control over. People withstand their once private and cultural spaces becoming state territory, but scrutiny is not manifested. In the case of Xinjiang, the alignment of the renovation project of the BRI with Xi's China Dream doctrine allows for significant government capacity, combined with a population that's virtually unable to scrutinize through real life or online political action. I argue that the Chinese state behavior leans on the paternalistic through the BRI in Xinjiang. The Kashgar renovation demonstrates how high state capacity paired with severely limited avenues for public scrutiny produces what Ding defines as paternalism. The state advances an agenda of modernization and cultural reshaping, while local communities bear costs with very little ability to contest them, revealing the deeper power dynamics embedded within China's domestic Belt and Road Initiative strategy. Thank you.